today that is a constant in our lives while we're here, and that is change. Change. Have you noticed that when you think everything's in order in your life and you got all the items in your list taken care of, and you think that everything is set in your life, and now you can sit back and relax and go along for the ride with a smile on your face and your heart, and then all of a sudden, boom, something happens, and wow, shock. All of a sudden, all those perfect cards are not in place anymore, and you have to deal with yourself and your circumstances yet once again. Just when you thought that you had it all figured it out, just when your retirement started, just when your kids were out of the house, empty nester, you can start planning your life and be there for them, but not in the same capacity as before when they were toddlers. Just when you thought you lost all that weight, you put it all back, whatever it is. Somehow we think we have life really all sorted out for us, and all of a sudden, boom, something happens. That has happened to me many times. For example, when I learned to ski, I learned to ski when I was 50. I thought it was going to be an impossible task. I tell you, I had like 8 concussions. I broke my helmets. I broke my thumb. I broke both my rotator cuffs, pulled them. I broke my wrist in 3 places. It had to be reconstructed. It was an agony story. I still persevered. I got up every time and I was determined. My son wanted me to ski with him when he was 9 years old. Nobody else could ski with him. I'm like, Mom is going to be there, right there with you. He learned in no time. Oh, did it ever take a lot from me? Finally, I got it. I became addicted to skiing. I loved it. The first year, we went north of Canada here in Quebec skiing to the first more or less little mountain, the closest in the eastern coast. It was fantastic. We had 3 days of magic until the very last day. Our car was packed, and here on a perfectly flat run, my pole got caught in a snowbank, just on a flat, literally not even coming down here on a double black or anything like that, and I fall with my whole body weight onto my wrist and crack, my wrist cracked open. Oh, it was a disaster. It took 3 surgeries. Long story. I will tell you that in another video, because it is a story of resilience and perseverance, and I did persevere. I did continue along, and now look at me. I can move my wrist and I continue to ski, and I love skiing. However, having said all that, and that is 7 years later now, but having said all that, that was a shock, because I thought I had it all figured out. Everything was going smoothly in my life. We had trips planned. I was teaching yoga at the time, and this happened, and it was a huge inconvenience and a surprise. I'm sure you have worse and better examples at that in your life when everything was perfect. It could be even your investments in the stock market. It could be whatever you're doing, but something all of a sudden happens in your life, and you have to stop, look, and listen. And that's because the only one constant thing we know is change, and change equals to the unknown. When that change happens, we don't know exactly what is it going to happen, and that unknown causes a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of resistance in most of us, because we feel we're in our comfort zone, in our safe container, in what's familiar to us, when everything is under control and all the items in our to-do list are more or less covered, and all the fronts of our lives and all those boundaries are safe. It's like having an alarm system. So when something changes and we get that alarm call, all of a sudden those walls kind of go in alarm mode, and that is imprinted in our DNA from the old ages, when we had enough to eat, and we had everything sorted out in our communities, and we had to ensure it's a survival instinct. So we have to fence, we have to lean onto that fear and that resistance in order to embrace that change and see what is on the other side. Now, my experience, I don't know yours, is that when things like that happen, they're actually opportunities, they're open doors, they're leading me to go beyond those walls of comfort, the safety walls that keep me really secure, but also it keep me from growing, like being a plant in a container that's just too small for my root system that wants to really rupture beyond that and keep growing and evolving. So it forces me through those circumstances created in the world of the unknown for me to fence out of those walls and really discover what is for me on the other side. This new year, I encourage you to do the same, to change, rewire your mindset, have new lenses to read this unknown, these unexpected circumstances, this change in our lives, and ensure that you really work really powerfully, like I try to do in this place, the seat of my soul in nature. And also when I close my eyes, behind the eyes that see the outside world and all the stimulation out there, when I look within into my being and I'm in communion within with that vertical connection, that spirituality that surrounds me and connects me with the collective. At that point, I feel there is a constant sense of being grounded, of being at peace, of feeling and connecting with that abundance. I go from my head into my heart and I can feel the abundance, the ever eternal state of intrinsic love in my heart that connects me with the whole universe. And from that place, I'm safe. I'm safe always, even when change happens. So I'm not any longer depositing my well-being, my stability on the external world that keeps changing and will forever keep changing. I'm not expecting life not to change. Things will happen to me, to you, to my children, to society, to the world, but we must prepare our fortress from within out so that we're always strong, so that we're peaceful warriors of those walls, not fenced by fear, but fenced by a filtering system that keeps us always within that realm of inner love and connection that connects us universally. So we're all taking care of ourselves, loving ourselves in the here and now, but also of each other in the process. So I challenge you to question what is keeping you from spending more time fostering that self-love, reconnecting with that inner power so that you can always be strong and always be safe and grounded. Do that. Try it out. Build your inner fortress and stability beyond the ever-changing circumstances, and you'll finally feel and experience inner fulfillment, joy, peace, and love eternal ever after. And I'll be doing the same. And if you do your part, and I'll be doing my part, and together we know what is stronger, this will be a beautiful, radiant world. Let's do it together. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe, leave your comments below, share, so that together we can build this beautiful world, this practice of loving ourselves in the here and now, but also in so doing, loving the collective. You do your part. I have 100% confidence in you. I'll be doing mine. If you ever need any help, don't forget, I'm here for you. I do try to guide, to shed light on anybody that is dealing with obstacles, with darkness in their lives. I'll never tell you what to do. Really focusing on wellness from the inside out and finding that inner fulfillment that is long lasting and really rewarding from within out, so you can always smile and feel safe and be a peaceful warrior of that well-being. I'm here for you. Don't hesitate to book a clarity call or reach out. Always here for you. In the meantime, love, peace, namaste, and all the best. Keep shining bright and be you.